Year. But before the fireworks go off, you see a L on his teeth here. Now, L is 12, and it signifies the 12th month of the lunar calendar before the fireworks go off to show you that the new year begins. Okay, because that's what this deals with. This deals with the transition from the old lunar new year, or the lunar year, to the new lunar year. Okay, so 12 here before the new year, and the balloon here on his face. I want you to notice this. I covered this, but there's a balloon here on his face with a string that has no tension in it that lets you know it's flying up in the air. This is a balloon. And the balloon, the phrase when the balloon goes up is a phrase used to imply impending trouble. This relates to the use of observation balloons in the First World War. The sight of such a balloon going up nearly always resulted in a barrage of shells following soon after. Okay, so let's let you know this is a sign showing you soon after the 12th month, war is kicking off. And that's what you see. She turns around, okay, and she's got the no nuclear sign on her face and the heart, and then you see the new year, the sign of the new year going on. Okay, so that's what this deals with, the new year. But I want you to realize that I want you to remember the color of these fireworks. So this gives us a time frame when from February 16th to March 16th is the first lunar month. That's what this scene deals with. Now, keeping that in mind, war kicks off on the new year, right? In that time frame. Now, when it says war kicks off, I want you to see the color of these fireworks here, red and purple. Okay. Now, what you see over here, when it says war coverage, in the boy's eyes, markets plunge, and then it says war coverage next, or NE, then you see the planes. And the planes, I kind of stopped it a little late, but it's still, you can still see, the planes have red and purple lights, matching the color of those fireworks when the war kicks off. Okay, so war kicks off, and what happens when the war kicks off? Okay, the mosque gets bombed. Now, that's important. Okay, so from February 16th to March 16th, according to the interpretation I'm seeing here, the war kicks off at the beginning of the Chinese New Year. From February 16th to March 16th, the war kicks off. Now, I think we have verification of that because, okay, the mosque is bombed within the time period of February 16th to March 16th. That's when the war kicks off. I think we have confirmation of that in this scene, which deals with the boy who died in the bombing of the mosque. Now, notice he flies up in front of this moon here. It's a full moon. Why is this significant? I'm going to explain that to you. You see the moon is blue. It has the blue hue to it. I think that's why they have the boy in the white garment flying up in front of it, so that the color contrast will be emphasized. That because you see his garment is definitely white, but in the background the moon is definitely blue. Okay. Now, what does that mean? What does the blue moon refer to? Okay, the blue moon refers to, thank you, Blue Moonshine, who turned me on to this. Blue moon refers to having 2 full moons within a Gregorian calendar month. Okay, and that is occurring in January 2018, but also occurring in March. Okay, there are 2 full moons in the month of March, the second being on March 31st, 2018. So what you see is a blue moon, okay, a month. This is depicting a month with 2 full moons in it. Now, since the war, this is depicting March 31st. That's what this moon is depicting here. Okay, since the war kicked off between February 16th and March 16th, okay, during that first lunar month, okay, I take it as the war kicked off, the mosque got bombed before the blue moon, because this scene is showing the boy's already dead, So before March 31st, this has already taken place. The mosque has already been bombed. Okay. Before March 31st, the mosque has already been bombed. Okay. So apparently the war kicks off the first month of the new lunar year, which is from February 16th to March 16th, and I think it's pointing to the 23rd of that lunar year, which is March 10th. Okay, 123 in the lunar calendar is March 10th, and so it would make sense that the mosque has been bombed potentially on March 10th. But so when March 31st comes around, the blue moon, you see that the mosque has already been bombed. However, it does not show these targets back here destroyed yet, okay? And that's significant because whenever it shows this scene right here, you guys might have to watch this video twice because this is a lot of information, but it's, I mean, we are, man, this is some grade A stuff right here, man. This is groundbreaking and in my mind pretty conclusive. Okay, you see the mosque get bombed, but when the mosque gets bombed in this scene, the missiles come out, okay, and you see the sky is all black here, okay, so it's not the clear night that you see over here when the boy flies up, where the stars are all beautiful and everything. No, it is a black sky, you know, with smoke everywhere, it looks like. So, to me, this depicts not only the time, not the timing of the mosque in particular, but the result of that, namely the missiles coming out after, you know, the war has already kicked off. Okay, because it said war coverage next in the boy's eye, right? And when it says war coverage next, it says next, that's kind of letting you know, hey, something already going on, you know, that it's getting back to. Okay, so when you see the missiles coming out towards these targets here, these are nuclear missiles. We know that from this scene right here. Okay, the woman with the boy who got killed in the mosque, the same boy that's flying up, her sorrow is fueling the nuclear bomb. That's letting you know the result of the mosque getting bombed is nuclear bombs getting shot out. So that occurs after the bombing of the mosque, but has not occurred at the time of March 31st. So the war kicks off potentially March 10th. But yet and still by March 31st, the targets back here hit by nuclear bombs have not yet been hit. Okay, so now, so that means the war kicks off in the month of March. Okay, March 10th, according to my analysis. But by March 31st, the nukes have not hit the USA, or the targets depicted here. Okay, so we're kind of looking at a more drawn out sequence here. All right, now we're going to go back to this scene because I want to explain something here. All right, now the 23rd day of the first lunar month is March 10th. March 9th is the 22nd day of the first lunar month. Now I've talked about how this deals with the first lunar month in February within the new year. You know, the new year opens up, then you have February, and then the lunar first, and then you have the rebirth, if you will, of the lunar year. Okay, so this has a composite, again, like the calendar, of the lunar year as well as the Gregorian year, showing you the new year. This is a new year scene. Now, I said that March 10th is 123 in the lunar calendar. March 9th is 122 in the lunar calendar. And I think, you know, it's pretty neat here that what you see is the V come down in this scene. Again, it deals with something born out of the sea. This is a penis shooting up. I've gone over that. Uranus, genitals, you know, birth Aphrodite out of the sea. That's what it's talking about. Something born out of the sea. Okay, but it looks like a V. And so that could be pointing to the 22nd within the lunar calendar. Okay, the 22nd within the lunar calendar, which would be March 9th. Is that saying the tsunami's on March 9th? I don't know. I kind of have a problem with that. I don't see that as, conclusive, if you will. But I just wanted to throw that in there. The possibility of the tsunami on the 22nd of the first lunar month, which is March 9th. After that, looks like the war kicks off on March 10th. Okay. All right. So